We have all heard the old saying, beauty is only skin deep, and yet, even knowing that, how often do we catch ourselves forming an opinion about someone based on how they look? Today, we are diving into appearance versus morality, why looks can mislead us, how it ties into politics and prejudice, and what spiritual traditions have to say about it. Appearance has almost nothing to do with inner character. A person who wears expensive clothes or look polished and put together can still be selfish or dishonest. On the flip side, someone who just wears casual clothes or not expensive clothes and look not too attractive might be the kindest, most principled person I ever met. Then again, not too attractive can also be a mean person. Same with an attractive person. What I see on the outside tells me about grooming habits, culture influences, maybe even confident, but not their inner character. That said, appearance play a role in how society function. In professional setting, dressing well often signals discipline, responsibility, and self-respect. A polished look communicates competence and confidence. A well-chosen outfit can build trust before you even open your mouth. In the past, tattoo carried a pretty negative image in Asia and Western society. They were often linked to crime or gang activity and violence, prisoner of war and slave. I know that mindset is slowly changing, and tattoos are not seen as bad as they used to be. Nowadays is more of personal expression, but the cultural baggage has not completely disappeared. Some tattoos are still used as identifier in organized crime groups and have been tied to dangerous individual or extremist ideology, such as the Yakuza symbol, the Nazi symbol, or the number 88. I do not have tattoo, and I do not make judgment about people just because they have tattoo. Instead, I would rather get to know the person first and see who they really are before I form an opinion. It's more about giving them the benefit of the doubt and letting their character show through over time. That said, I also know not every tattoo is just about art or personal expression. Some symbols carry heavy meaning, stuff tied to gangs, organized crime, or even extremist ideology, and those I cannot just ignore. So for me, it's really about balance. I keep an open mind when I meet someone with tattoo, but I also stay aware that certain design might represent something bigger and not in a good way. And honestly, this all comes back to a big point appearance. Whether it's clothing, blooming, or body art, the way we present ourselves communicates something, whether we like it or not. But here is the thing appearance is not a moral compass. It does not tell us what kind of person someone is or what values they live by. That stuff only comes out through action and choice over time. Still, first impression matter. The way we look shapes how people see us, the opportunities we get, and the way society interact with us. So even if we try to look past surface level thing, appearance will always play a role in how the world works. In today's polarized political climate, I feel that appearances have become entangled with identity. Just spending time online, I notice how quickly appearance get linked to ideology. Brightly dyed hair or certain hairstyle, piercing, or alternative clothing style are often read as signal of progressive or far-left affiliation while suit, conservative dress, or natural hair are interpreted as marker of traditional or right-leaning values. This visual hint become mental shortcuts for judging identity, even though they are not reliable indicator of morality or belief. And sometimes they are dangerous. Remember during the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic, when many Asian immigrants and Asian Americans were unfairly targeted and blamed just because of their appearance, even though those individuals has nothing to do with the outbreak and they were never responsible for COVID-19. But this kind of reaction did not just appear out of nowhere. It's actually rooted in something much older, a legacy from our evolutionary past. Long ago, when humans lived in small, tight-knit groups, everyone around us tended to look the same, stranger. People with new faces, features that are different from the locals, could be dangerous. They might bring disease, compete for resources, or pose physical threats. So, our brains develop shortcut. People who look familiar were safe. People who did not were potential risk. That ancient survival mechanism served us well in the past, but in today's global interconnected world, it seems that is often a liability. Our environment has evolved, but it seems that part of our brain has not gotten the memo. And that raises a deeper question. If our instincts are pulling us one way, how have human culture tried to make sense of these differences on a higher level? That's where the spiritual side comes in. Across culture, people have tried to connect appearance and morality, sometimes in ways that seem poetic, other times misguided. I have heard old saying about beautiful people being virtuous in past life or ugly appearances reflecting bad karma, ideas that frankly make me uncomfortable. But here are also deeper teaching that reject superficial judgment. The Bible reminds us that man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. 1 Samuel chapter 16, and the lesson wolf in sheep clothing in Matthew chapter 7, verse 15 to 20. Buddhist philosophy teaches that true beauty comes from compassion and wisdom, like the lotus flower that blooms in purity despite its muddy origin. In Japanese culture, wabi-sabi means seeing beauty in things that are not perfect and appreciate what is natural and real, instead of chasing perfection. That idea connects with a broader wisdom found across many traditions. True beauty is not about perfect appearances at all. All of these perspectives point to the same truth. Real beauty is more beauty. It's how we live, how we treat others, how we grow. So, where does that leave us? For me, it starts with awareness, noticing when I slip into snap judgment and challenging those thoughts. It means not reducing people to their appearance or clothing choices, as long as those choices are not provocative or intentionally offensive, such as clothes that see through the private part. That said, instead of focusing on what someone wears, I try to pay attention to their ideas, action, and choice. Okay, that is all for now. Until next time. Goodbye.